chance on the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it.
That's it. I'm done. It's not working. Every time I think that it's doing good, it ends up turning around out of nowhere. I put all of this time into it. I have nothing to show for it. You know, I did have something to show for it, then it gets just taken away. And then it's like, I have to deal with what people say. I have to deal with what my family says. Like, it's just like, I'm done. Like, I'm quitting. Like, it's, I should have just got like a job or something. Maybe I should have listened to what people said, or just, I don't know. If you are wondering, everybody has had those thoughts, trading stocks and being involved in the stock market. And that's what I want to talk about today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you're here. Personally, I'm not quitting, but I could give you that little monologue because throughout my almost 15 years of being in the stock market, if you think I haven't had those thoughts, if you think I haven't lived them, then, oh, my friend, you are mistaken. All of you will go through that. And really what I want to talk about in this video is when to quit, because that's the problem here. Most people want to quit. You know, honestly, quitting maybe not always the best thing, but maybe there is a specific time to quit, let's say. And I think a lot of people are choosing to quit at the wrong time. You know, if you want to quit when you make money. Quit when, after you hit a big trade, go take a vacation, go live it up. Maybe you got the long-term set up. You spend a lot of time on it. You have a life event. Some of you, man, God bless all the Chads with children. You have kids. You have this and that. I mean, that might be a good time to quit. But to be halfway through what you're starting, to start something, and then the minute it goes against you, you know, you took all the positivity, you loved it, it was going there, it was great, but you want to quit when it starts to pull back. No. So that's what I really want to talk to, man. And, you know, I got a lot of things with this video, and I hope I could encourage you. We could talk about the long term, but I think this is something that really doesn't get discussed. You know, people want to know, when's the best time to buy this stock? What stock should I buy? And again, and a lot of people, even with what we talked about with the long-term audit, you know, people want the right stock. And especially what I'm noticing at this time, we're 7 months into 2021, you got to witness some of the most epic day trading things that have never really happened before in history. And again, I've been trading for a really long time, and what we've got to see was absolutely phenomenal. And now, as you're seeing, you know, 7 years, the growth stocks, the meme stocks, all the Wall Street jihad battles, all these different things, it's interesting to see where we're at right now. And I hope some of you have realized it's not about per se the stock that you're buying. You know, the opportunities may be more frequent or less frequent. You know, a lot of companies may do good, some will do bad, and you know, they offer these crazy returns, but it is how you handle yourself. It is what you're doing, and you know, how you're going about it, how you're going about making sure you get opportunity, making sure you control yourself, how you're setting it up, balancing things. And then ultimately, you know, I think this is a good, you know, halfway through the year right here, you know, what are you trying to get out of it? What is your goal? Where do you see stock trading, day trading, long-term, all of that? What role in your life is that going to have? You know, where do you see yourself, you know, utilizing this? Some of you, it could be a profession. Some of you, it's supplemental. Really, it doesn't matter what it is. The point is, you actually got to figure it out. So I want to talk about the long term a little bit, but I also want to talk about the mental aspect and when to quit. And some of you right now, you don't need to quit. You shouldn't quit. I don't know. Hopefully this video is hitting you at the right time. But just because you don't need to quit, it does not mean you have to keep doing the same exact thing. You know, you don't want to keep repeating some mistakes, and, you know, failure. Genuinely, you know, some of you, depending on the situation you're in, and I've been there, when you're at the lower point of it, you don't really see it. And it's very hard, and this shit sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? When you get these positive people and you get people talking about it, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how it's affecting me right now. I believe me, I get that. But I hope that you see the gift that your failure has provided you in any way. And some of you may not be failing. Some of you, I think we all have little failures here and there. And really what I'm trying to get you to understand here, to get the maximum opportunity in the stock market, get a long-term investment account. But at the end of the day, any little mishaps you've had when you're seeing how things play out, these are your opportunities to really find out where you could do better. You are a company. You have your own earnings. You are giving your quarterly earnings report. And the real thing to look at is, okay, where do we do good? Where do we do bad? But how can I do better? And that's where I'm saying here, because again, people are choosing the wrong time to quit. And I don't know why I'm making this video now, to be honest with you. It's just something that kind of stood out to me, that I was thinking about, and it was just reminding me where we're at. I've seen a lot of people come and go, and I've also seen a lot of people hold it down. And this is why I'm saying, I've seen some people choose to stay at the right time. And what I mean by stay too is in the market, involved in staying on the right path to, having those goals and understanding that there is opportunities to trade day to day, month to month. But the fact is, it's 2021 right now. You know about the stock market. You know about just accessing the markets, buying a stock, holding it. You know these companies. A lot of you have known about it before. And think about how long you've known Amazon and Facebook and Netflix, and you just started to invest now. So imagine what it's going to be like in 5, 10, 15 years. The last thing I want to see is some people try stocks, for the first time or in the earlier years, and then knowing about it, having access to it, and then, experimenting and playing around like we all did. Like, what do you think I do? You think I just got to this level and I realized, okay, I'm going to go, buy my long-term shares and hold them forever? No, you're going to develop into that, and you have to learn. But the point is, a lot of careers get cut short because, one, either the lack of guidance, the lack of knowledge. Thankfully, you guys don't need to buy a course. You have YouTube, and I hope these are some of the messages you're getting, and there's a lot of information out there. But ultimately, it's about staying in the game, and we've talked about this. So I'm just ranting here on knowing when to quit. And I think some of you now, whatever you're going through, it's not the right time. The real right time to quit is when you're up. You want to be able to walk away a winner. And what I mean by walking away is usually taking a little bit of a break. Things are going in your favor. You could pull back. We were joking about it the other day. I was going over a trade I had. It was $2,000 into $250,000. If you even go look, I have a one-day clip of it, of when we made like $90,000 in one day that morning. It's on the YouTube. I posted it a few years ago. But, people ask me what I did with it, what happened, and I gambled it. I went and I took away 50K, 60K is what I walked away with. The rest, I let it ride. And I even said that. I said, watch. I said, what do you think you're going to do when you hit your first big trade? You're going to go tinfoil. You're going to go crazy and be like, oh, my God, if I hit it like this, then we're going to do this, and then we need to take it to this, and then I can't believe this is happening. Now it's manipulating it. It's going to bring in a lot. But a lot of people fail to walk away at that moment and come back. And I've learned that throughout time. And that's what I'm saying. Only time you should ever get this desire to quit is when you're up. But ironically, naturally, think about it. We don't really operate like that as humans all the time. You're doing good. You want to keep going. You like the momentum. When you're doing bad, the momentum of doing bad is going to make you feel some type of way. And this is why, if you have your longer term goals set and you are able to not let these sways get to you, that is going to keep you in the game. And let me tell you one more thing to keep in the game. Have money. That's it. You cannot blow up your account unless you put your whole account in there. And this is something we've talked about, but it's something that should be reminded about, because it is about staying alive in the game. So you want to do good, you want to stay in this game, you need to be in there in the long term. I have to keep saying that. But when you should have this desire to quit should be when things are going good, so that you could be able to say, hey, I've done good at this. We have some trades here. Let's slow it down a little bit, or let's not force it. But now think about the exact opposite. When you're not doing good, you want to keep forcing it and you're trying to get it back. And sometimes it works. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes the revenge trade, it hits. And that's where you got to find your balance with it. But essentially, I hope you know a real good stock trading journey, and someone who's going to make it part of their life and be successful and change the lives of the people around them, their selves, all that. You are going to have this moment where you want to quit, and you're going to have this moment where you want to quit at the wrong time, and you're going to have this moment where you want to quit right when you are just a few inches away from gold. I think it's a few feet from gold theory. So this stuff you want to be able to play in the game, everything that has happened throughout the year, all of it, it is all about adapting. You know, you're going to feel a certain sort of way when things go your way or not. You have to learn to adapt to the situation. You have to learn to adapt to a small account. You have to learn to adapt when your account gets big, when the news is changing, when what the market's reacting to, when what people are reacting to, when the certain news is getting ignored. All of this, even the politics, everything going on in the world, the answer to this question, yes, it's knowing when to quit, but it is also adapting. And that is what is going to keep all of you in the game. And it is adapting to every single moment. So that right there explains the whole video. You can keep listening. I'm going to rant from here, but you do not need to learn. You do not need to quit right now. You need to stay in the game. And it is all about adapting. So if you're not seeing the bigger picture with the stock market, if you're not seeing how far you could take this, if you're now starting to feel tired, exhausted, that it's going against, you know, some of you, you ever see thumbnails and stuff and it like gives you trauma? You know what I'm saying? Some of you might, that's how it might be even with the cold. You might see some of the thumbnails. It just makes you feel some type of way, you know, it reminds you of something, you know. Only the real ones know what I'm talking about, I guess. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a very big mental game, and it's unfortunate that this isn't really the biggest focus about it, especially in the last year. Again, with everything that's going on, a lot of people underestimate how conducting yourself is the key. And even then, even the problem, when you imagine conducting yourself the right way, going for it the right way, you know, doing things the right way, and not really getting that reward for what you planted, I encourage you to understand that, you know, to really believe in the laws of nature, my friend. You will reap what you will sow. So a lot of people do get discouraged, and really, I want you guys to understand how moving forward is going to be so key, and how staying in the game. And we've talked about this so many times, even with the long term and all that. And it's going to require maintenance. I don't know if how many of you have checked yourself, have looked at what you're doing. You know, it's very easy. Again, this is what I'm saying, that thumbnail trauma, or whatever you want to call it. You know, it will get to the point when you've done a behavior pretty consistently over the last couple weeks or months, and then you may look back and be like, wait a minute, you know, have you checked yourself and say, hey, this is what I could be doing better? So above all, I love all of you. I even understand, you know, if you're watching, like, come on, and I hope you understand, you know, if you're watching this video right now, this isn't like usually right now with the Colt. It's not going to be somebody new. It's not going to be someone, you know, you've probably encountered me before. You're in there. So that's why I'm saying, you know, get a hold of this and be ready and be prepared. And everybody is going to, myself included, you know, for different things, even all the way down to doing everything I'm doing, even real estate, even talking to you guys. Everybody, you're going to have a thought to quit at a moment. And the real question is, are you going to do it at the right time? But above all else, are you going to let the pressure get to you, and things that come naturally with what you're dealing with, are you going to let it rob you from your opportunity? And the key word is rob. Steal, kill, and destroy, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Don't get robbed. And that's why I'm saying, too, make sure you have this long term and get that set up. And that is one thing that I've learned that has kept me alive in this game. Again, I've blown up several accounts. I've been trading for a long time. It sounds so surreal when I'm able to say I've been trading for almost 15 years. And then, you know, you see a lot of new traders. Some of you are on your first or second year. I'm telling you, by year number 4, 2 years from now, you're going to learn a lot. I even gave you a warning in 2020. I don't know if you guys remember that. I said at one point you are going to go through your developmental years as a trader, because I've been there, and a lot of this stuff you learned, you're going to doubt it. The people you learned from, you're going to doubt it, and you're going to look back, and then something's going to happen, and you're going to, you know, you're going to feel some sort of way. And what I'm just trying to tell you is I've been through that, and I hope you are prepared and ready to go, and hopefully you can recognize it while it's happening and not fall victim to an emotional decision versus making a decision that, you know, you're going to stay in this game. But overall, what I'm trying to say in this point, through all of that experience in time, blowing up accounts, going down, going up, making big gains, messing up big gains, keeping big gains, you know, what it's boiled down to is keeping that money in the game, but that long term, you know, we teach it here for a reason. And this, like I said in the beginning, you don't want to be exposed to the stock market and never get to take advantage of this. And make sure you own stocks, because you will see at some times wow, your account is going to fluctuate. Like recently, we're down like what? I think I've lost like 30,000, 40,000 since the beginning of July. And I was down prior to that. I made that 30, 40K and then it came right back down. And if I didn't have the experience that I had, and that's never happened to me, I would be a little disappointed. I really would. And I'd be like, damn, this is actually, wait, hold on, and this and that. And now it's been like 3 months have gone by. And you're going to look at the calendar and say 7 months. And then now a lot of the pressure that you didn't feel, but now it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to happen there. But being in the situation before, I could see ahead with it a little bit, and anything could happen. And that's why how you conduct yourself will be key. But it is also understanding the difference between investing and trading. And that's where I'm saying you may want to quit trading. You may want to take a break. At sometimes it's going to be very, very good for you. But are you investing and are you getting that long term? And the best thing I've learned is that if you want to trade and you want to take advantage of everything the market provides, a lot of it comes through trading. You could get all those events, everything happening. You could leverage options, do all this stuff. But if you have that long term on the side, that is able to work for you. And then the moments where the other one is not doing good, that one is able to work for you. You know, this is why I believe in this. This is a story from the Bible, and it talks about this man who he was about to get fired. He was about to lose his job. He was about to get fired. So what he did before he got fired is he hooked everybody up. So he started helping every single person out that he can for the company that he worked for, so that whenever he got fired, those other people owed him favors and they would be able to help him out. And that's the way I see the long term. And that's why you guys should do good too. You know, honestly, some of you out there, let me tell you this. Things are going good right now. Go spread good vibes. Go do good vibes right now. You got money. You got things working for you. You feel blessed. You feel your opportunity, whatever it may be. Go help out some other people. Even if they can't help you back, because you never know. Down the road, that will be able to help you. But on the investing side, that's what your long term is going to be. The question is that, are you planting and feeding into investing and holding stuff long term, mixing it growth and dividends, but not going too much? There's still rules. That's why we had that audit the other day. Are you actually auditing yourself? And are you looking at and following the rules to build something that's going to be responsible? Are you giving into emotions? Or you get an idea that it's going to do this and do that and you're chasing it? You know, you got to really think about that. But the idea is that long term, you feed into that while you still got the trading. And even when the trading does good, you make a big trade, put a little into the long term. You know, as long as you keep building that, and it doesn't matter if you make a lot in the long term. And this is what I'm saying. It's funny how people will make a lot day trading and then they won't quit when they're ahead and take some of that money and go buy something. They won't buy a house. They won't buy put in the long term. And then when the story shifts, and naturally there's going to be a time to harvest and a time to plant. And that's what you always have to realize. And that's what I'm saying with all of this. Hook up the long term, even when the going's good or even when it's bad, and it will balance out. And the same thing, you know, you might be like, okay, trading's doing this, but keep feeding that long term. But then on the reverse, the long term's doing good. You could bring some of that to trading. Remember, you put a small portion of it, and the idea is to let the two work. And please, really just understand the seasons. And that's what I'm saying with this, is that some people want to quit every winter. You get that? And that's what I'm saying. When the cold comes, when it's not looking like this, whatever it may be, you don't quit in the winter. You have to understand the seasons, because again, the sun is surely going to shine, my friend, and the summer is going to come around, but are you going to be there, and are you feeding in between your segments? So this is a big rant. I hope it helps. I don't really know where this thought came from, but I do think it could be very, very helpful. We did have the long-term audit, and I've seen a lot of people, again, just such a mixed bag of results with it. And I know some people who held to it strictly. You did good, and I'm blessed for that. But at the end of the day, you know, I think the realism of all of it is that everybody is going to, you know, you're going to be a human about it. You're going to go about it. So I really hope you do not feel bad about whatever is going through, and really have the foresight to understand this is part of your investing career, you know. And again, I hope you can see my effort. We want to help you. And that's why I really hope you do listen to stuff when, you know, we are saying certain things. Again, none of it is a recommendation, but sound investment, you know, logic is there, you know, when we're saying how to balance it, how to go for it, spacing it out over time. And you guys have got to see it. The trading accounts will show up and down. They'll show volatility. If that's what you want, you got an example. If you see the long term, that's just not moving, you know, and again, depending on how you build it, but you're going to realistically make human decisions. You are young in your investment career. I'm not oblivious enough, nor are my standards where I'm expecting some people to automatically figure that out. No, some of you will. If you do, that's amazing. And the earlier the better. But if not, I hope all of these reminders could take you in a long way, because at the end of the day, financial education, we've seen a financial revolution. This is something I've prayed for. And this is something that really I've looked forward to my whole life. Even if it turned into fucking Dogecoin and meme stocks, I don't really care. But I wanted money in stocks to be accessible to everybody, because I've seen how it changed my life. But I also understand the importance of the knowledge with it. But to see, the whole world get into stocks like they are now, and to see this, I just want to make sure some people don't get left behind, and not left behind in the sense of you didn't know about it, but that you knew all of this, you lived through this moment, and then 10 years from now, you need to have something to show for it. And I don't know whether it's going to be the long term or day trading. I do know it'll be the long term, but I don't want people to quit before their harvest comes in there and not really make the most of it. So I hope this helps you. I appreciate all of you, and quite frankly, from the bottom of my heart too, all the people, especially if you made it this far in the video. You've probably made it this far in all the other videos, and I hope you've been able to learn from this, and I hope that all the different levels are there. And I know some of you have made certain mistakes. Some of you have very, very good success, and the point is, it is all going to be judged based on longevity. And I hope you could look back, and that's the beauty of being a trader for so long and having a little more experience. And it's even the logic of the first scene of this video when I'm telling you, I'm gonna quit. I did all this work and I have nothing to show for it. Think about what happened. It's all dependent on the timeline you're judging your success. Because some of you started and after your first week, you made a couple $100. You're like, boom, at 1 week, I'm a success. Then 1 month, you're still good. I'm a success. 1 month, it goes down. You're like, I don't know. So some of you are at 1 year, 2 years. I don't know where you're at, but what is the timeline that you're on? And you've seen it. And go read the stories again. Remind yourself, Jeff Bezos isn't the #1 richest man in the world to ever walk the earth. It be for buying stupid shit. He bought. It's just his stock. Granted, he got it really cheap, but I hope you see what I'm saying. It's ownership. And Warren Buffett makes more money than the CEO of Coca-Cola because he gets it in dividends, but he's been buying it for a long time. And I'm not telling you to make your only focus, invest, and then sit around doing nothing and wait 40 years. No, that's where you trade. That's where you do all this. But the point is, do not quit. Do not get traumatized by the market where you can't even look at market material because it stresses you out and makes you think about so much stuff. And miss the opportunity in the next few years that will really change a lot of things for you. So I hope this really does help. Again, and I do want to make this clear. I love all of you, man, especially all the people holding it down, live stream, everything else on the watch list, everything. I love you guys. I'm very, very thankful for you guys, and I hope that's how I get really in my feels. You could go look at the video history. Once I start getting a little under the weather. I got sick the other day, but it's just I love thinking about the chat, and there's a reason why I will show up every day, and rain or shine, whether it's good or bad, even I don't care, positivity or negativity, man. You know why? And it's because I'm probably talking to you. It's the people who have been a shining light, and the people who have just, I see myself in them in the sense where they're hungry, they got it, and that's why I want to make sure you guys have good information. I want to make sure you have what you need to succeed, and even if you do slip or fall, there's just something you got that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm thankful for this whole journey, even where we're at and even where we're about to take it. So I hope a lot of you guys are locked in the game. Keep that armor on and just get ready. But overall, man, there's a lot of things to appreciate, and don't take for granted, the skills and talents and what you already have, and a lot of things are going to change. I don't know if I'm going to put this part in the beginning. I probably should have, but I'm saying it here. I went on another rant, and I'm going to put it in the beginning of the video. But like I was saying, man, I love all of you guys. I'm grateful for it. I'm excited to where we're going, and that's where I'm saying, this is going to be a video you're going to look back on, and I'm going to remind you of this because you're not going to quit. Okay, some of you hear me, some of you go ahead, do what you want to do, but I think some of you have seen what the stock market provides. You know what I'm saying? I understood it as a kid. That's what I saw, man. Everybody around, I said, how did these people get so rich? Like, seriously, how do they get this money? Like, my family, how we grew up, all of that, how? You see what the stock market provides. Just go look at the data. And that's why I'm saying last thing you're going to do is quit. You might make a mistake. You might break some of the rules. You might blow up your account. You might put a lot on trading, but you are not going to miss out on what this stock market has to offer you in the next 10, 15, 20 years of your life. All right. So get ready to adapt. Get ready to know when to quit, when not to quit. But overall, you are going to stay in the game. So I hope this helps. I love all of you guys. I'll see you on the watch list tomorrow. And I'll see you on Monday morning for the live stream, baby. Let's go.